Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. And yes, that man with one arm, born with one arm, he also shot 78. That's getting it done. And congrats to him. Welcome to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. We're here tonight. Bob Pompiani, Paul Zeiss of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and 93.7 The Fan is here. We're taking your calls on the Bordas and Bordas hotline, which is 412-575-2600. We'll start with, we're going to get to the Penguins in a second. In fact, in the next block, before we go to calls, we'll show you some of the highlights of their win tonight. It was kind of a walking nightmare, against Detroit, a bad team, the worst team in hockey, and they kind of went through the motions, and they were losing most of this game, came back, tied it, won in overtime. More on that in a second, but this trending topic of the Astros and their sign-stealing scandal continues to be big. Paul, you did a radio show tonight. I imagine a lot of people wanted to talk about it, and the video of, among other videos, Jose Altuve clearly trying to cover up his uniform and urging the mob waiting at home plate after he hit a game-winning walk-off, series-winning walk-off against Chapman. Do not touch my jersey. Don't. And then he immediately went in, changed to a T-shirt. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you couldn't come to the conclusion that there wasn't something that something funny didn't happen there. I mean, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I forget, he actually came out with some sort of explanation. Did you see?
He did. He said he doesn't like his shirt being.
Yes. Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's the first thing you're thinking of when you just hit the game-winning home run, knowing that you probably, and I got to believe that, why would he do, there has to be some evidence there, if they look hard enough, that guys were wired up.
Oh, absolutely.
They were getting buzzed no matter what the pitch was, so they knew in advance. In fact, if you look at that at bat, and we have it, you can go back. He's ahead in the count 2-1. You don't expect a slider. You expect a fastball from Chapman. He got a slider, and you knew it was coming.
Yeah, and I think that, there's been lots of videos put out there where you can see guys, you can hear the garbage can thing going on, from 2017 where, I mean, but the buzzer thing to me, the garbage can thing to me is kind of pathetic, really. I mean, what are you doing?
A lot of teams try.
Yeah, I mean, we've had teams clapping and things of the such, but the buzzer thing takes it to a whole different level. And again, there's no explanation for the way he comes running into home plate, holding his shirt.
No, don't do this. Don't touch
exactly.
me.
And then he goes in and he comes back out with a T-shirt on. I have a hard time buying any explanation other than there was something funny going on.
Well, apparently Major League Baseball is not going to go there, and from what I understand, they've come to no conclusion, no evidence that there was electronic monitoring, although, again, if you look at it, it's hard to come to the conclusion that there wasn't, but it was still big enough for them to take pretty good action here with firing basically 3 managers and a general manager.
And I think the big thing is they want to get this thing behind them as quickly as possible. I mean, I don't know, and what's happening now is you're starting to see guys throw everyone else under the bus. Like, did you see, what was the pitcher, the goofy pitcher from the White Sox? Did you see he came out, the one that was the musician, but he came out and, from.
So he said something I didn't.
Yeah, he basically said that Tony La Russa had, when he was the White Sox manager, set up some sort of a toggle switch in the video room or something, and there was an extra light put in the scoreboard that would flick to show you, like.
So they all try to do something.
And Jack McDowell, that's his name, right? Yeah.
Right.
So of course Tony La Russa came back and fired back, and that's not true. But I'm just telling you, baseball wants this thing off the front page, and I just don't think it's going to go away because I think a lot of people have started to just throw each other under the bus about it.
Carlos Beltran was a player on that team, and apparently one of the guys, as a player who was one of the ringleaders, he gets the managing job in the Mets, doesn't manage a game, and he's fired, mostly because he lied about it. You're going to find a lot of deceitful comments coming out. Bottom line is Major League Baseball had to do something. They did. The question now is, what do they do to prevent it from happening again? We'll talk about that when we come back. The number to call is 412-575-2600. You're watching the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here live on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.